Hello, good morning dear students and welcome back to our lesson that is life processes. Okay, just now we had our pre-midterm exam. Okay, and pre-midterm exam I had designed only one system of our body, that is digestive system, and now we have talked about respiration and breathing, right? In my last lecture I have explained you about the mechanism of breathing, right? Mechanism of breathing, in that I said you breathing is the physical process and respiration is the chemical process, right? I said you it's the anabolic and catabolic process, and together it is called as what? Metabolic process also. Okay, so here exactly what happens into the respiration, how is the mechanism of the respiration, we are going to see. Okay, at the same time there are two types of respirations, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, that also we will see. Okay, so what is meant by respiration? First of all we should know what is meant by respiration, but before moving ahead I have told you we have for our small intestine three parts, right? Duodenum, jejunum and ileum. I said you duodenum is the site of the complete digestion. Okay, here the food is completely digested and it is converted into the absorbable nutrients, I said you. Later on that nutrients are getting absorbed by jejunum and ileum, right? The specific structure, the proper structure has designed into the jejunum and ileum, right? Into the jejunum and ileum the nutrients they are getting absorbed through villi and further microvilli. Okay, after microvilli, after passing from that nutrients into the microvilli, they were reaching to the every cell of the body as per the need. Okay, but here misunderstandings are there about digestion and respiration. Digestion means we are taking in the food and converting it into the simpler form, that's it. But still the food has not formed energy which we require for our regular activities, for doing our physical work as well as for the life processes. Yet the energy has not released. Now the food has entered, now the nutrient has entered into the cell. Now into the cell the breaking down of that nutrient is taking place. And that breaking down of those nutrients are taking place in presence of oxygen. Oxygen is the basic thing. Okay, oxygen is the important primary thing which is needed for the respiration process. Understood? I hope you got it. Whatever the nutrients are there. Mainly I would like to know you that respiration is the cellular type of reaction, or respiration is also called as a cellular respiration. Why respiration is called as a cellular respiration? Because the respiration process is taking place into the cell. Understood? Into the cell, into the cytoplasm, the respiration process is taking place. And so that the respiration is called as what? Cellular respiration. Okay student, now what happened to it? The food, the nutrients. Mainly students, you are knowing we had carbohydrates, right? Carbohydrates we have eaten. And that carbohydrates have converted into what? Glucose, right? That carbohydrate had converted into what? Glucose. Then we have eaten proteins. Then what we have eaten? Proteins. And those proteins have converted into amino acids. Okay. And then we have eaten lipids or fats, right? Lipids or fats. And that lipids and fats have converted into what? Fatty acids. Fatty acids and fatty acids and glycerol. Okay. So carbohydrates we have eaten, that is converted into glucose form, that is the simpler form because carbohydrate was the complex form of the food. Then proteins have converted into amino acids, lipids or fats have converted into fatty acids, and the glycerol, which is the simpler form. But student, for the respiration process we are in need of only glucose. Glucose is the basic source for the respiration process. Means for the respiration process we are in need of only glucose, not any other. Means amino acids and fatty acids and glycerol are also going the process of respiration. But as you are in a lower grades in your class 10, the respiration of amino acids and the fatty acids we are not going to learn. When you will go in your higher grades in 11th and 12th, that time you will learn what happened of the nutrients such as amino acids and the fatty acids into your cell. That we will learn later. So our concern, today we are going to talk in the context of only glucose. Okay, glucose is the major source for the respiration process. Because students, if we will talk about the definition of the respiration, then respiration is what? The breaking down of glucose molecule. Breaking down of glucose molecule in presence of oxygen is called as respiration. And that respiration is taking place into the cytoplasm of the cell. So twice breaking down of the food is taking place over here. How twice? That I shall explain you into the mechanism of the respiration. I hope you understand the food has entered into the cell, the nutrients have entered into the cell. Out of that amino acids and fatty acids we will talk later in our higher grades. We will talk, our today's context is of what? Glucose. Glucose has a chemical formula C6H12O6. Means how many carbon atoms, students? 6 carbon atoms are present into the glucose molecule. Now what happens? What happened to the further into the respiration process we will learn. Okay. The further story is also quite interesting. You will love to listen that story. Okay. So now what happens? This is glucose, right? This is what? Glucose, which has the formula C6H12 and O6. Okay. Now it is present into the cell, right? Now into the cell. Now what will happen? This C6H12O6 into the cell or into the cytoplasm also we can see. Then into the cytoplasm what will happen, student? Glycolysis process will take place. Glycolysis process will take place. Now glycolysis means what, students? Glycolysis is what? The breaking down of glucose into pyruvic acid. Breaking down of glucose into the pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid is the molecule of only 3 carbon atom. I hope you got it. Glycolysis is what? Breaking down of glucose, which will have a 6 carbon atom, into the 3 carbon atom molecule, that is pyruvic acid, and breaking down of that glucose into the cytoplasm of a cell will be said as a glycolysis. Glyco means what? Glucose, and lysis is not breaking down. Understood, student? So glycolysis process will be taking place into the cytoplasm. Here I would like to explain you. Suppose this is the cell, right? And this cell has a cytoplasm, right? The cell has a cytoplasm and glucose molecule has entered in it. The glucose molecule have entered in it. One glucose molecule will have a 6 carbon atom. So that the formula, chemical formula for the glucose molecule is what? C6H12O6. Now what will happen? The breakdown of the glucose molecule will be taking place. The glucose molecule will be breakdown. Breakdown of the glucose molecule will be taking place. Breakdown of a glucose molecule will be taking place to form what? 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, or it is also called as pyruvate. Pyruvate. So during glycolysis means what? Breaking down into the cytoplasm. This process is taking place into the cytoplasm only. So into the cytoplasm, breaking down of this 1 glucose molecule into 2 pyruvic acid or pyruvate, which will having 3 carbon atoms. So what has formed here? 2 molecules of pyruvate. And some amount of energy is also released during this process, students. See here, breaking down of a glucose into the cytoplasm to form pyruvate or pyruvic acid is called as glycolysis. Two molecules of pyruvate or pyruvic acid will get formed along with some amount of energy. So I hope this concept is clear for you. Now what will happen, student? Now the further reaction is taking place into the cytoplasm, but into the particular cell organelle, and that cell organelle is called what? Mitochondria. That cell organelle is called what? Mitochondria. So now what will happen? Here we will have a mitochondria. Last time I had explained you about mitochondria. So this is what mitochondria, and this is what now? Pyruvate, right? This is one molecule of the pyruvate. Two molecules of the pyruvate are forming, right? One molecule of pyruvate will have a 3 carbon atoms. Two molecules of pyruvate will have a 6 carbon atoms. So this pyruvate will go into the mitochondria, okay? And when it will go into the mitochondria, with the help of the oxygen, with the help of the what? With the help of what? With the help of O2. With the help of O2. Pyruvate, with the help of the O2, it will go into the mitochondria, and into the mitochondria, it will form a energy. What it will form? It will form what? Energy. And that energy will be in the form of ATP. That energy will be in the form of ATP. From one glucose molecule, 38 ATP are going to be formed. How many ATPs are going to be formed, students? From one glucose molecule, 38 ATP is energy is going to be formed, and so that mitochondria is called as what? Energy currency of the cell. Understood? ATP is called as what? Energy currency of the cell, and mitochondria is called as what? Powerhouse of the cell. I think in class 9 you have learned that. In class 9 you have learned that mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell, and ATP is called as an energy currency of the body. Now from one glucose molecule, 38 molecules of ATPs are formed, and this 38 ATP will be using, whenever it will be using, at the time of, as per the need of the cell. If the person wants to do any physical activity, that can be taken the energy from the ATP molecule, okay? Not only ATP is going to be formed during this chemical reaction, means whenever the pyruvate will react with oxygen and will form a 38 molecules of ATP, at the same time it will also form what? Carbon dioxide. It will also form that what? Carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Now for this reaction, oxygen is needed. See, a student, oxygen is needed for this reaction. So such kind of respiration is called as what? Aerobic type of respiration. Because without oxygen, this process cannot be taking place. And whenever the oxygen is needed to prepare energy, a large amount of energy is prepared. A large amount of energy, means 38 ATP from one glucose molecule, is possible only into aerobic type of respiration. In other type of respiration, only a very less amount of energy is produced. That we will see. Okay, very soon we will see. So that reaction is taking place in presence of oxygen only and into the mitochondria only. This is very important. So aerobic type of respiration is taking place into the mitochondria. Energy is released in the form of ATP. Water molecules are also released that are used by the cell. And what happened to the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is also released. But for the cell, if it is animal cell, then for the cell carbon dioxide is not needed. So through cell membrane, by the process of the selectively permeable membrane, right? It is a selectively permeable membrane. So by the process, the carbon dioxide will get released, and into the lungs there will be exchange of gases, right? Into the lungs there is an exchange of gases. As an animal, we are in need of oxygen for this process, right? To breaking down of food in presence of oxygen is called as what? Respiration. So oxygen is needed for it, and that oxygen is taken by the lungs. Okay, so exchange of gas is taking place into the lung. So oxygen, as we are in need, is taken into the body. Means when we inhale, oxygen is taken, and when we exhale out, this carbon dioxide which is produced during the respiration process is exhaling out. I hope you understand the concept of the aerobic type of the respiration. Okay, three kind of respirations, means two kinds of respirations are there, but aerobic we also have another type. That also I shall explain you. So, and this all process is taking place into the cell. So this is called as what? Cellular respiration. This is called what? Cellular respiration. Okay, and into the cellular respiration, into the aerobic respiration, both are cellular respiration, not only aerobic, but anaerobic respiration is also cellular respiration. But here, cellular respiration means aerobic respiration is specifically taking place into the mitochondria. Okay, and this is cellular respiration. This is aerobic type of respiration. One more time I would like to repeat. This is glucose, which will have a 6H12O6 means 6 carbon atoms, one molecule of glucose. This process will be taking place into the cell of the cytoplasm. Breaking down of the glucose is taking place into the cytoplasm to form two molecules of pyruvate along with some amount of energy, and pyruvate molecule with the help of the oxygen into the mitochondria will prepare the energy that will be of the 38 ATP along with the carbon dioxide and the water. I hope you understand. Now we will move ahead with the another type of respiration, that is anaerobic type of respiration, and that anaerobic type of respiration is also called as what? Cellular respiration. That another type of respiration is also called as what? Cellular respiration only. So this is the different pathway, student. That pathway, aerobic type of respiration. Now, aerobic type of respiration is taking place in our body, right? Generally, aerobic type of respiration is taking place in our body to create energy. Whatever activities we are performing, we are in need of energy, and that energy is produced by the mitochondria by the process of respiration. Then why we are studying for the anaerobic type of respiration? Because students, anaerobic type of respiration is also taking place. In anaerobic type of respiration, there are two types, means in the lack of oxygen and in a absence of oxygen. Absence means there is no concern of the oxygen. Such kind of respiration is also called as an anaerobic type of respiration, as well as lack of oxygen means very less amount of oxygen. That process is taking place into our muscle cell to form what? Lactic acid, carbon dioxide and water. Friends, we will move towards the anaerobic type of respiration. Okay, aerobic type of respiration we have seen here, involvement of oxygen is needed, and that process is taking place into the mitochondria. But where the anaerobic respiration is taking place? Anaerobic type of respiration is two types. First is in absence of oxygen, in absence of O2, and second type is lack of oxygen. In absence means there is no concern of oxygen at all, and that is taking place in yeast space, specifically into the yeast cell it is taking place, as well as in some microorganisms. In some microorganisms, this anaerobic kind of respiration, which is in absence of oxygen, is taking place. Now I shall elaborate to you in yeast cell how. Students, you are knowing there are grains of a yeast, or yeast is found into the powdery form also, right? We are adding it into the cakes or the cakes and butter and all. There we are adding it, right? That yeast cell is a powdery form, and this cell is undergoing the process of the anaerobic type of respiration, means in absence of oxygen respiration is taking place. There is no concern of the oxygen, and that process is not taking place into the mitochondria. This process is taking place into the cell itself, into the cytoplasm itself. There is there is no involvement of the mitochondria, because mitochondria is what the powerhouse of a cell. And during such kind of respiration process, what is formed? Ethanol is formed. Ethanol plus CO2 is formed, and 2 ATP molecules are formed, students. See, very less amount of energy is formed because there is no involvement of the oxygen. Whenever there is an involvement of oxygen, then only a large amount of energy is formed. But if there is an absence of oxygen, very less amount of energy is formed, that is of 2 ATP, right? And what is formed in that? Ethanol. Ethanol means what? Ethyl alcohol, or in simple language we say as a alcohol and carbon dioxide. See, student, I would like to know you that I said you in bakery industry, while making this breads and cakes, the yeast cells are added. The yeast cells, what they are doing in anaerobic type of condition, in absence of oxygen, they are creating ethanol. Means the cake becomes little sour in taste, right? And the cake becomes fluffy. That fluffiness due to what? The trapped oxygen as well as some amount of energy is needed for those yeast cells to perform the respiration process. Understood? So that energy is needed for the yeast cells to perform the respiration process, that is anaerobic type of respiration. Or one more daily life example I would like to give you, that yeast cell, it is not about yeast cell, that is about microorganisms. See, students, whenever we are preparing idli and dosa batter, that time what we do? We are soaking that rice and urad dal for overnight. Okay, overnight we are keeping it for soaking, and on the next day we grind it properly, and then we cover it and keeping it for long time. But on the next day, or when in the evening, or whenever when we try to do the idli and dosa, that time whenever we open it, you can see the volume of that batter has increased. The volume of that water has increased, and it is getting little sour smell to that. Okay, and at the same time, the microorganisms, to do this process, microorganisms are in need of energy. That energy is utilized by the 2 ATP molecules, and that sour taste material is what? Ethanol. Right, that sour taste material is what? Ethanol. That is also called as what? Ethyl alcohol. Here 2 carbon molecules are there, because its formula is what? C2H5OH. Its formula is what? C2H5OH. So 2 carbon molecules are engaged here. 1 carbon atom is what? CO2. Carbon dioxide gas is released. So idli and dosa batter is being little fluffy. Okay, and when we what we do, when we just churn that again, then what happens? It is coming to the its original position, because the carbon dioxide gas is trapped in it, and that carbon dioxide gas is released, and it is again decreases its volume. Understood? And when we prepare the idli and dosa, it is becoming sour in taste and fluffy also. Right? That is because of what? Anaerobic type of respiration, and those microorganisms which are needed for that respiration type of processes, those microorganisms are actually adding the nutritive value to our food. Right? So idli and dosa eating is actually a good habit. It increases the nutritive value of the food, but ethanol, carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of ATP is the byproduct of the anaerobic type of respiration which is taking place into the yeast cell as well as into the microorganisms. So South Indian people are mostly using this thing, but the people who are living in North India, chole bhature they are using. Okay, and in that chole bhature, chole, that is the different, that is bhaji one kind of, but in the bhature they are adding the yeast cell, and there also the anaerobic type of respiration means in absence of oxygen the yeast is producing the ethanol, carbon dioxide and 2 ATP molecules. Understood? So this is what the anaerobic type of respiration, but that is in absence of oxygen. Okay, now there is another type is also there. In lack of oxygen. In lack of oxygen means what, student, and where it is found? And that process, that anaerobic type of respiration, in absence of oxygen, that process is taking place into the cytoplasm of a cell. That is not taking place into the mitochondria. Please keep in mind, this is very important point. In lack of oxygen, what happens now in the lack of oxygen? Right? In the lack of oxygen, this pyruvate, which is of the 3 carbon molecule, right? 2 carbon molecules, are getting converted into what? Lactic acid and energy. Lactic acid and what? Energy. How much? 2 ATP. In both anaerobic type of respiration, energy is prepared of 2 ATP only. And lactic acid, what is this, madam? It was pyruvic acid. That pyruvic acid, in absence, now we can say, in a less amount of oxygen, it is prepared, it is converted into the lactic acid. Here is one condition, students. See, whenever we are doing any strenuous activity, right? Whenever we are doing any strenuous activity, suddenly means if we are in the habit to do the physical work regularly, then we will not suffer from this problem. But on a sports day, students, you might have experience on a sports day, you are playing with the ease. But after 2 days, means after completing your all sports days, on the next day your body starts aching. You have a extreme body ache. Your muscles starts paining, right? Muscles starts paining. Your body starts paining. Why it is so? This is because of accumulation of the lactic acid crystals into the cell of the muscles. Do you get, student, what happened? Means pyruvate was there. Into the pyruvate has to convert actually it has to convert into the 38 ATP. But it get very less amount of oxygen. It did not get a sufficient amount of oxygen. Pyruvate did not get a sufficient amount of oxygen to prepare energy into the mitochondria. So what pyruvate is doing? Pyruvate is not using any oxygen or very less amount of oxygen. Pyruvate is using, and because of that, the product is forming, that is the crystals of the lactic acid. And as these crystals of lactic acids are found into the muscle cells of our body. Into the muscle cells, they are found, the crystals of the lactic acid. And accumulation of them, what happens? The blood cannot flow very easily. And because of that, extreme body ache or paining is occurring in our muscle cells of the body. But after 2-3 days, if you will go on doing activity, see, if you will sit like that only, if you will not do anything because of the body ache, then these crystals will be remaining for long time. Understood? But if you will go on doing continuous activity, then what will happen, students? Because to flow the blood, this lactic acid crystals will get dissolved into the blood, and the blood flow will be normal and your pain will go off. But students, see, some are going for the gym for 8 to 10 days, they are going, and later on they are getting stopped because their body starts aching, because this process is taking place there. Because of the sudden strenuous activity, accumulation of the lactic acid crystals is found into the muscle cells. Okay, and into the muscle cells, because of the accumulation of the muscle cells, the blood cannot flow properly. As the blood cannot flow properly, we are getting the extreme body ache or muscle pain is occurring, and some amount of energy is also released during this reaction, that is of 2 ATP. So this is all about what? Aerobic and anaerobic type of respiration. Understood? So mechanism of respiration I said you, aerobic type of respiration I said you, and anaerobic type of respiration also I said you. So I hope you got it very clearly. In further classes we will see the another point. Thank you so much.